Pick up the phone when you alone. All I ever asked was you to show me some love.
Beat it up, Mike.
Hey, it's Adia Monet and I'm back with another video. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and also turn on post notifications so you can be notified of my next post. So in today's video, I'm gonna be doing something different. I'm doing a story time. This story time is about the time that I got played, but it's also about how my friends switched up on me and basically how this whole situation led me to getting suspended for 10 days. What did I do to get 10 days, bro? Like, and that was the only time I ever got suspended from school. So it's like, what did Adia do? Like, Adia doesn't get in trouble in school. Like, what did she do? This story time is pretty long. I'm just saying that in advance, so make sure y'all get y'all snacks and y'all drinks. As you see, I have mine because it's a long one. Without further ado, let's get into the story time. So this story time happened about like 4 or 5 years ago. I was in 9th grade and 10th grade. The beginning of the story is like the end of the year 9th grade, and then like the whole rest of the story is the whole 10th grade. Like, this incident really stretched for the whole 10th grade year. Like, it was, I don't understand why. The end of 9th grade, it was probably like May, you know, it's freshman year. I made some friends and all of that, and I was really close with the friends that I made. And you know, I was chilling. I wasn't really crushing on anybody in the school because I didn't really find anybody attractive. I had liked somebody in a different town, like in a different city, and I don't know why though. Like, it was always slow for that, but like, I don't know. I didn't really like nobody at the school. I was just chilling. So one day, a new student had came to the school, and it was a boy, and like every girl in my freaking grade, because he was in my grade, was going crazy. Like, they was really like fiending, like, oh my god, we got a new student, like we got a new boy in our grade finally. Because like the people that went to the school, like that was in my grade, they've been going to that school since 7th grade, because that school goes from 7th grade to 12th grade. So they haven't seen new boys since freaking 7th grade. So they was excited. And like, I remember I think he was in my gym class for the last 2 months of school. So like all the girls in my gym class was like around him, like, oh my god, what's your name? What school do you come from? Because he transferred from the other high school that was in my city, and he came to our high school. So, you know, they was being little groupies and all of that stuff. And I was just like, okay, like, it's a new student. Like, I'm not about to be kissing your feet because you new here. Like, no. Time went on. He became friends with some of my friends within the months and over summer. So yeah, whatever. I'm chilling over summer break, and that's that. I never talked to him a day in my freaking life. Like, I didn't care. Like, I literally did not care. I barely even looked at him. Like, I probably looked at him maybe like once or twice, but like, I really did not care. So 10th grade comes, you know, going back to school. Still wasn't crushing on nobody. Still nobody knew. Like, every year we came back to the school, we was like, I hope there's gonna be new students this year, because our class was very small. But still no new kids, same kids. Maybe about 3 weeks into September, my friend, what are we gonna call my friend? We're gonna call my friend Layla. Layla and me were this close, you feel me? And there's another girl. We're gonna call her, should we call her Kayla? Layla and Kayla? Okay, so Layla and Kayla and I were in this group, and we called ourselves the trio. And Layla and Kayla became close with the boy, and we're gonna call the boy we're gonna call the boy Kai, okay? Straight and simple. Kai became close with Layla and Kayla, but Layla was the one who told me that Kai liked me 3 weeks into September. When I found that out, I was like, oh really? Like, he does? Like, cause I never got any like signs that he liked me. Usually I'm able to tell when somebody likes me, like a little bit, even like I could just sense it a little bit, but like I never, like, I did not know. I couldn't tell because he never spoke to me. He never looked at me, like none of that. So I'm like, oh really? So I'm trying to think back to times that like maybe I kind of sensed it. And I remember this one time we both walked to school. This one day he happened to be in front of me, like on the sidewalk. He was like way up there, and he had got to the front door of the school before I did. And when he got to the door, he had opened the door, and he stood there and he waited for me to come to the door. And I was like 30 feet away from the freaking door, and he sat there and he waited for me to come to the door. And I wasn't running to the door because that's embarrassing. Like, I'm not running. I mean, even that, it's like maybe he's just being nice, but like if you're from Jersey, like, you know that boys do not really hold the door for you. Like, they really do not hold the door for you. They will open the door for themselves first and then like hold it a little bit, like if you're right there. But if you're mad far from the door, like it's case, like they're not holding the door for you. So I was kind of shocked, like, oh, okay, thank you. She had told me that he liked me, and I was like, well, let me see, like, let me get another look at him, because I wasn't really paying attention to him like that. Like, I didn't really care for him that much. So I found out, like, there's a whole bunch of girls in our grade and you like me. So I started to try to pay attention to him more. I was looking at him like, let me get another glance. You feel me? Like, I'll pay more attention to him. I'll be trying to check, like, does he look dirty? Does he give off weird vibes? Like, and at first he didn't. So I was like, okay, like, and I didn't think he was ugly either. I was like, okay, he's not ugly. And I thought he was cute before. I thought he was cute. So I was like, okay. So after a while, I started to like him back. And I completely stopped liking the other boy in the other town. Like, he was really irrelevant. We didn't have each other's number, none of that. This was around the time Kik was around, so you know, we was using Kik. So I really don't remember how I got his Kik. I think one of my friends gave it to me. Here's the freaking weird part, because I was freaking weird. When I first got his Kik, we was texting, blah blah blah, but it was mad dry. Like, it was so dry. I remember I had made a second Kik account, and like, if you used Kik, you know that you can't like switch through accounts. So I had got this parallel app to put on my phone so I could use Kik, 2 Kik accounts, and I made like a fake Kik, put a fake profile picture, some goofy mess, and I was like texting him all this weird stuff. Like, I don't know why I did that. Like, I just thought it was so funny. I was freaking laughing, dying laughing. And he was like, who is this? And I was like, don't worry about all that. And he was getting mad, and I was like, oh, because he started cursing me out. Yeah, and then I remember he had texted me on my regular Kik, and he was like, do you know who this person is? And I was like, nah, I don't know who that is. Like, who are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? And he was like, oh, I thought you would have knew who it was. And I'm like, nah, I don't know who that is. And I remember I had messed up because I was on the other Kik. I had sent a screenshot of something from my Instagram, and he had zoomed in on my profile picture, and he was like, is this you? And I was like, no, that's not me. Like, what are you talking about? So he was sitting there trying to figure out who it was, but he probably knew who it was, and I was just being weird. Sooner or later, whatever, I was on my regular Kik, and I was like, by the way, that was me. and he was like, oh wow. He was like, I'm sorry, because he was cursing me out. And he was like, I'm sorry, I feel bad. Blah, blah, blah. Mind you, we texting on Kick, but in person, like, we're not talking to each other. And I remember, like, how I said that our chats, like our Kick messages, was so dry. Like, they were so dry. Every day, it would be like, hey, what you doing? Nothing. How about you? Nothing.
And bruh, I was reading the screenshots and he was trying to make it seem like it was my fault.
Like, that's so weird. And like, when we were seeing each other in person, he started to say hi, right? And I would never say freaking hi. Like, I don't know who I thought I was at the time, but say I see him in the hallway, I will literally walk past and act like I didn't see him until he said hi. He's like, hey, Dia. And I'll be like, hi. So that was that. And he was probably getting fed up with that. Like, he was probably like, this girl is faking like she's into me, all of this. But like, dude, you have no game. Like, if you really like me, you would really be trying. How you like me and you just like... I remember one day, my friend, let's name her Maya. My friend Maya was close with my friend Kayla. And that's how I became friends with Maya, through Kayla. So my friend Maya was in my advisory class, and so was Kai. Kai and Maya were in my advisory class. Advisory was like homeroom. I remember one time overhearing her while I'm walking down the hallway about to go in class. She was like, who is it? Tell me. And I'm like, what is she talking about? But you know, I didn't pay any mind to it, but I kind of had an idea that she was talking about, like, tell me who you like in the class. So she's like, tell me. He was like, later, right? Because they was friends. So we're sitting through advisory class, and she's sitting and she's like, tell me, like, are you gonna tell me? And he's just like brushing it off, like, I'm gonna tell you later, like I said. So I guess by the end of the class, he had told her, and she was like, oh my God, I knew it. So I'm like, all right. Then when I go home later that night, my friend Maya had texted me on Snapchat, and she was like, hey. And then I don't know what else she said after that, but she asked me who I liked in the class. And I'm like, why? Like, why? Because I was friends with her, but I didn't really text her one-on-one like that. Like, we were all in a group chat, me, Layla, Kayla, and Maya. We was in a group chat on Kick, and she had texted me on Snapchat asking me who I like. So I was like, why? And she was like, if you tell me, I'll tell you who I like. So I was like, all right, you tell me who you like first. So she was like, I like such and such. He didn't go to our school. And I was like, okay, well, I like blah, blah, blah. And she was like, oh, you know he likes you too, right? And I was like, oh, really? And she was like, yeah, I could help put you on or whatever. So I'm like, okay, like, you know, I just thought she was trying to be a friend, and, you know, I mean, I didn't need help being put on, but I just was like, okay, whatever. You can help put me on, whatever. I didn't think nothing of that. Like, I was just like, I thought she was trying to help me. Weeks go by, me and him still do the little high and by stuff. It was so freaking weird and boring, but I liked him so much. Like, I liked him so much. It was crazy. I don't know why I liked him so much. And I guess it was just driving me crazy because, like, you're saying that you like me, but you're not doing anything, and it's just like, why aren't you doing anything? So I was kind of like, I don't know. A couple weeks go by, and I guess since nothing was going anywhere, stuff started happening. So I was in gymnastics practice, and you know, the kick group chat with me, Layla, Kayla, and Maya is just blowing up. So, you know, after practice, I'm reading the group chat. And they was basically talking about like who each other talked. No, they wasn't even talking about who they talked to, because Layla and Kayla have boyfriends. They had boyfriends for the longest. So, you know, they was already talking to people. And Maya was saying that the boy she liked from a different school was not acting right, and that she was about to go talk to somebody else. And they was like, who are you gonna talk to? And she was like, chill, like basically like chill off me, like why are you asking me all these questions? And they like, girl, like who? And they was like, does he go to our school? And she was like, yes. So at first they said my other friend, and she was like, nah, not him. And they was just naming hella boys, and they was like, well then who? And they didn't name Kai because they knew that I was talking to Kai. And then she was like, I'm trying to talk to Kai. And they was like, oh, well, you know that he talks to Adia, right? And she was like, huh? Acting mad, like goofy, like you knew that. So she was like, I thought he said that he was gonna fall back and all this, that, and the third. He said he didn't want her no more, and that they was done talking, and that he was falling back. So she was basically saying that Kai said he was falling back from me, and that he didn't want to talk to me no more, and all of this. And I'm just confused because he was still texting me, and I'm like, well, if he didn't want to talk to me no more, then why didn't he just say that to me? Like, why didn't he just say, well, I feel like this is not going nowhere. Maybe we should just call it quits. You feel me? So I'm reading all of this, and I'm getting confused because this all happened while I'm in practice. And my friends are like, well, when did he say that? Because I just asked him. This is what Layla was saying. Actually, both of them, Layla and Kayla, was saying, well, I just asked him, and he said that he never said that. So that's when Maya was like, oh, I thought he did say that. All of this, like, just lying. Basically, what happened was, it was a rumor that she made up, a lie she made up because she wanted to talk to him after she said she was going to help put me on. And then he got mad, so he punched a hole in his freaking door. That's what I remember. He punched a hole in his door, and he got in trouble. And he said that he was never going to talk to her again because she's a liar, and nobody said that. He really did not like her. That's why well, I was like, what the heck? So we're at school, and I was mad at school because I was like, that's really crazy. Like, if you didn't want to talk to me, you should have just told me that. And my friend Layla was on a bus with him one time, and she was talking to him about it because, like, it was just all so confusing. Like, why would she lie about that? And he was like, I never said that I want to fall back. I want to still try, blah, 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 all of that. So she was like, oh, okay. So she told me, and I was like, all right, I'm Gucci now. I'm fine. One day came, and he texted me, and he said that he wanted to talk to me after school to clear things up. So after school, he walked with me back home. Well, not even. He didn't walk me back home, but he was walking with me until it was time for me to part. And he was just telling me that all of that stuff was a lie, and he still wanted to talk to me. He still wanted to, you know, he still liked me. So I was like, all right, just thank you for clearing the air, okay? Thank you for clearing the air. I was all happy again. I thought that it was slow. Even after that whole situation and clearing the air and walking with me, we still barely talked to each other in person. We had little game nights at school, and he still wouldn't talk to me. I remember, like, me and my friends, we used to go out after school, like on half days, and he would like distance himself and not talk to me. He'll talk to everybody else but me, like with the. And then I remember we had went to the barbershop, because my brother was getting his hair done. He was getting his hair cut, and it was like October, so like it wasn't cold outside, but you don't want to be standing outside while I'm sitting in there waiting for my brother. So my friends had came to get me. They all had came inside the barbershop, and they had sat in there with me and was chatting it up with me. And you know what he did? He sat outside the barbershop. Why are you outside the barbershop? Like, why are you sitting outside? And like, I should have went outside and would have been like, you know, like, why are you out here? You like, you know, you can come inside the barbershop. Like, why are you acting weird? But like, I was like, I'm not going out there, because stop being weird. And I think after that, we had went to the movie night. I think that's why we was all hanging out, because there was a movie night. And me and all of my friends and him, we went to the movie night, and he sat across from me and didn't say one word. Not one word. Not one word. And sometimes I would say little stuff to him, like here and there, just to spark conversation, like, and he would just be like, like, all right, like, I tried. And I'm not a person that, like, I don't like to throw myself at people, and if I like you, I don't like to talk to you first. Like, I don't know why, but like, I just don't like to. It was just very, very stressful. The story is all over the place. One day, he offered to walk me home. So I was like, okay, you could walk me home. Like, I was excited because, like, even though I lived like 5 minutes away from the school, you could still walk with me home. So we was walking home, but my friend Layla had came with us. So it was kind of like we didn't really get to chat it up that much and like spend time with each other and like talk, because she was there and it was kind of weird. I think it was the next day, we was like, let's all go to the park. You feel me? Let's go to the park. So it was me, him, and Layla again. And we went to the park around the corner from the school. And that was the most awkward situation ever. We went to the park, and he walks all the way to the other side of the park, and it's just standing there. And Layla's like, well, go over there, go talk. I'm like, why? Like, why did he even walk all the way over there? Like, why? If we're right here, why are you on the other side? Why are you over there? Sometimes I just was not beat because, first of all, I was scared. And second of all, like, you're the boy. I'm not the boy. Like, why do I have to do everything? Why? After that, stuff just started getting slow for me. Like, it was just looking very, very slow. So that was all like September, October. And then November came, and that's when, like, it was homecoming. I was getting cute for homecoming. All of that, we were talking, and then like after the homecoming dance, he didn't go, by the way. After the homecoming dance, he just stopped talking to me. Like he just stopped hitting me up. I didn't hit him up because I didn't like hitting people up first. So I was just like, what happened? Like, he didn't say hi to me in school anymore and all of that stuff. So I was like, what is going on? We didn't talk, and I just thought he was being weird again, so I didn't really think anything of it, but I still did like him. And I was still talking to my friend Maya and stuff like that. It wasn't like we didn't have no beef. Like, it was all cool. December came, it was all cool. He still wasn't talking to me like that, but like, I don't know. A week later, I started giving out my Sweet 16 invitations. And I was so excited. I was handing them out to the kids in the class, and I gave one to Kai. I was like, here. And he was like, thank you. It was mad weird, but like, I really wanted him to come to my suite. Like, if I gave you an invitation, that means I wanted you to come. And plus, I liked him, so like, I really wanted him to come to the party. So I'm still thinking everything is cool and whatnot. And then the next week comes, it's time for my suite. I probably gave my invitations out maybe like 2 weeks before. I'm probably lying, but the week of my suite comes and it's the day before my suite. Oh my God, I forgot one part. Rewind back to October. My friends had helped him write this paragraph for me talking about, I really like you and I really want this to work out. Like, I could really put the screenshots in this video, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I have all the freaking receipts, bro, in my Google Photos. What? I have every single receipt. But he had wrote this whole paragraph for me, so I was like, oh my God, he's really serious. Like, he's really serious. But yeah, so that's why I'm like, what happened to all of that? Like, when we stopped talking, I was like, what happened to all of that? So when my suite, the day before my suite, I'm on Kick and I find out that the day before my freaking suite, that Kai and Maya are talking now. And I was so mad. Do you understand how mad I was, bro? I was so mad. Cause I'm like, first of all, you're my friend. What happened to putting me on? Like, what happened to putting me on? So she had texted me, cause I was so heated. She texted me, she was like, I'm so sorry, blah, 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 blah. I liked him too, this, that, and the third. And I don't even think I responded back. And he gonna text me, asking me if I'm mad at him or if I'm mad at her. So I was like, I'm mad at both of y'all. And he was like, well, we stopped talking like last month and stuff like that and stuff. But I'm like, okay, but that's my friend though. Like, that's my friend. But it's whatever though. You do you, y'all cute. I remember everything I said because it was low-key petty. And he left me on scene. And I never spoke to him ever again after that. I went to school and everybody was asking each other, like, are you going to her suite? Are you going to Dia's suite? Yes, everybody was saying yes. They was like, oh, Kai and Maya aren't going. It wasn't even like Kai said that he wasn't going. Well, I don't know. But what I heard was Maya said, we're not going. Like, who are you? Like, who are you? Like, what if he really wanted to go? After my suite was winter break, and they literally started dating over winter break. And they was posting like the little the date, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. I stopped talking to her. I think I unadded her on everything and stuff like that. So school started back up in January, and you know, I had to see her face again. Like, I did not like you, I didn't want to see you, none of that. And we had almost like every class together. So I was like, I was throwing shade, okay? I was throwing shade, but I wasn't bullying her, okay? So, you know, I had the right to be mad. Like, I had the right to be mad. Like, so I was mad. I was throwing shade. Me and my friend would talk Pig Latin because, I mean, we have freedom of speech. If I want to speak Pig Latin, I could speak Pig Latin if I want to. So me and Layla was speaking Pig Latin in class and all of this stuff. And we wasn't, like, saying stuff, like, to hurt her or, like, bully her or whatever. Like, we were just talking Pig Latin. And then, I don't know how, but, like, the whole school was like in my drama. The whole dance class was in my drama, and like the whole dance class just did not like her no more. I don't know why, but like I know why they didn't like her, because like they was like, why would you do that to her? But like I don't know why they were in my drama though. So it was like the whole dance class kind of switched up on her, except for the ones that were her friends, and she felt some type of way. I remember I had made a new group chat. I didn't kick her out the group chat we had for dance class, but I made a new group chat because nobody really wanted her in there, and I wasn't gonna sit there and like kick her out because it will show Adia kicked you out. So I made a new group chat for the dance class, and the dance group chat was only the 10th graders. It was no 9th graders in the group chat. A whole bunch of people in the dance class wasn't in the group chat. It was just like the dance class friend group. And she wasn't part of the friend group no more, so I made a new group chat. She felt some type of way about that too. Next thing you know, me and Layla and Kayla are being called to the office for bullying. How am I bullying her? Like, how are we bullying her? This video resurfaced and made it to the freaking principal's office, and it was a video of me, Layla, and Kayla doing a dub smash, singing the Honey Boom anthem. If you was on Instagram during like 2016, 2015, you should know what Honey Boom is. It was like,
Don't be mad, it's me, Honey Boom, aka Take Your Man.
So like we was singing, we was dancing to that song. And we was dancing to that song way before this whole incident happened. So like we was not talking about her. But she took that video from mad long, from early December, before I even knew that her and Kai was talking. She took that video and she gave it to the principal. And the principal was like, why are y'all making videos about her? This, that, and the third. We were like, that video was never about her. We made that video long ago. Like, I can show you the freaking date the freaking video was made, but they didn't care. And she was going to the guidance counselor, telling the guidance counselor that I was bullying her and that me and my friends were bullying her. She was telling them that I kicked her out the group chat, that I made the video of her, that I was throwing things at her in French class. Like, if I was throwing stuff at her in French class, that French teacher would have called my mom. We wasn't even talking to the girl. And that's another reason why we got in trouble, because we wasn't talking to her. And the guidance counselor was like, you guys are treating her badly. You guys are taking her out the group chat, and that is exclusion, and that's a form of bullying, and you guys aren't speaking to her, and that's exclusion, which is a form of bullying. I'm like, if I don't want to be your friend and I don't want to talk to you, then I'm not talking to you, and you don't have to be my friend. How is that bullying? Because I'm not talking to you? And that guidance counselor, I did not like her. And we're gonna call her Miss Boots. And Miss Boots was always on the victim side. So like, whatever the victims, the girl could say I freaking slapped her and she'll believe her. Yeah, she would go to Miss Boots like every freaking day and tell about things I was apparently doing to her. So one time, me and Layla had approached her in class, and we was like, so you're telling the principal that we're doing this, that, and the third, and we're not doing nothing? And she was silent, like she didn't say nothing, like, and we like, hello? Like, why are you telling them that I'm doing all of this and we're not doing it? Because she was lying on all three of us, but mainly me. Everything she was telling the guidance counselor, she was telling Kai. So Kai lost respect for all of us, didn't like us no more. I have no idea why he was mad at me when you did this. If you wouldn't have talked to her, all of this stuff could have been avoided, right? Why would you talk to two girls in the same friend group? Honestly, I think it's because she was more developed than I was. I was very scrawny and little, but whatever, it don't matter. I remember in dance class, we had this dance and we had to do a stunt. Well, I was the flyer in the stunt. I had to run and jump into my classmates' arms, and then they had to flip me in the air and catch me, right? So I'm doing the stunt, I run, I jump, and then they flip me, and she's big. She is big. So you are one of the bases. You are one of the main people that has to catch me. She's gonna back up so I can fall. That's bullying. That's bullying, because I didn't do that. I didn't do none of that to you. So she backs up, and the whole class is like, oh my God, like trying to catch me. You are actually trying to freaking hurt me. We tell the guidance counselor that she was about to drop me, and the guidance counselor like completely like, well, she said you were doing this, then, like, did you just hear me? Like, she was about to freaking let me fall from the freaking air onto the hard floor. What if I would have fell and bust my head open? You still would have believed her? So we got called to the principal's office again, and the principal just basically let us slide, and she was like, I believe y'all just leave her alone. Don't talk to her. Just leave her alone. Me, Layla, and Kayla, we just like, no problem, bro. Like, you got it. We don't talk to her from January to freaking April, May. And we was chilling. Like, the whole situation was literally squashed. Like, that was the end of it. Honestly, I just had to get over it. Like, it was dating. I got the end of the stick. Whatever. I'll find somebody else. And I was talking to other people I met on Instagram. Like, I don't care no more. Kayla had a picture of her, Maya, and Kayla in her locker. They had take a group picture. I was the only one that wasn't in it, but they had took a group picture and she printed it out and put it in the locker. We're gonna call these 3 girls. The first girl, we're gonna call her Tiny. The second girl, we're gonna call her Heart. Tiny, Heart, and Bella. Okay? So, Tiny, Heart, and Bella were friends of Kayla. So, there was all at Kayla's locker, and it was like, what is this? And she was like, oh, it's just the picture. Like, the picture's been in there since the beginning of sophomore year. They took the picture in 9th grade, and the picture has been in her locker since the beginning of sophomore year. Like, they were friends. I mean, even though we wasn't friends with Maya no more, she didn't take it out the locker. Tiny, Heart, and Bella made it their business to vandalize the picture. I don't even think Bella really did anything, but I know one of them put an X on her. The other one wrote the B word over her face. And then Heart took a video and posted it on Snapchat. You know what happened earlier this year. Why would you do that? Heart was friends with this other girl, and the other girl was friends with Maya too. So the girl screen recorded it and sent it to Maya. That's so nice. And Maya was like, oh my God. So now the whole bullying thing is resurfaced. Me and Layla had nothing to do with this. Nothing at all. Like, I literally had no idea of it until somebody told me. I was minding my business. That is when all hell broke loose, okay? The police were freaking called to the school. Her mom was going ballistic. All of this mess. And like, we had to have the police come and sit in the class with all me in the dance class and telling us how to be friendly and, we shouldn't bully others. And everybody in the freaking dance class is like, are you really serious? Like, we really do not need to hear this. Like, it was never that deep. Nobody was bullying this girl. Why are the police here? And her mom made me, Layla, Kayla, Tiny, Heart, all have like a seminar with the freaking police and our parents. For what? So we had to come in school and come early or whatever, not go to class and sit in that seminar with our parents. And she was like, I just feel like everybody should owe my daughter an apology because they're bullying her. Because of this, she's doing poorly in academics and she's depressed. I'm like, girl, I have nothing to do with her academics. You should see what your daughter be doing in this school, because her daughter was far from innocent, okay? So she was trying to make it seem like her daughter was an angel and her daughter didn't do nothing. Did your daughter tell you the whole story and what she's doing during lunch and how she's trying to drop me in the freaking stunt? And so my mom was like, well, my daughter is not saying sorry if she doesn't feel like she needs to say sorry. There's nothing to say sorry about. Like, what is she apologizing for? Like, for real, like, what is she apologizing for? We had a little seminar. It was pointless. Nobody really freaking apologized to her except for the people that actually did something, like the people who posted the picture in all of this. Like, I don't even know why me, Layla, and Kayla was involved with this if we had nothing to do with the post. Yeah, the picture was in Kayla's locker, but Kayla didn't vandalize the picture. Kayla didn't post the picture, neither did I, and neither did Layla. So why? So even after this whole seminar, we get suspended. And me, Layla, and Kayla get 10 days. 10 days. And we never talked to this girl since January. And the girls who posted the pictures, Tiny and Heart, got 2 days suspension. And Bella, I don't even think Bella got suspended. If she did, she probably got 2 days too. And I'm just like, wow. Is she happy? Is she happy now? You got the boy who got me suspended. Are you happy? That was stupid. You know, it wasn't even like I was fighting for him or fighting over him, because I'm not fighting over no boy, but like I was mad at her because I was just like, why would you do that? That whole situation was unnecessary. It was uncalled for. It was dumb. It was childish. It was petty. The police did not need to be called. Like, that still blows my mind to this day. Like, her mom really had the police come to the school. That's all for today's video. That's all for my story time. I hope y'all didn't think it was whack. It's just weird. That's basically what it is. I got played. My friend switched up, and I got suspended 10 days for that. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Turn on post notifications. Also, make sure you like, comment, and share. And stay tuned for my next video, which is going to be a bag collection video, because y'all been wanting that for the longest. So, yeah. Bye.